Hey everybody, welcome to Half Beard Sud's Heads Up. Today we're looking at, wait for it, A Story About My Uncle by Gone North Games and published by Coffee Stain Studios. It just came out on Steam just today. It's $12, and I played a little bit of it last night, and it's pretty damn cool. I want to see if my save stayed, because I had an issue earlier. Nope, my save is gone. There was an update this morning to the preview build I got, and it's looking like my save got deleted, but that's okay, because I kind of want to start from the beginning anyways, because there's a lot of story focus in this game. This game is focused on two things, story and grappling, and I'm a fan of both of those. Yeah, you've already told me my save doesn't do this. Let's just go into it. So we'll kind of get the
Dad?
plot here.
Aren't you sleeping yet? It's time for bed, honey.
Dad, I can't sleep. Can you tell me a bedtime story?
And that's the plot,
All right. What
basically.
do you want to hear?
You are...
Something about an adventure.
The whole game kind of takes place in this father telling his daughter
think I
a
know
bedtime
just
story
the
about the father's uncle,
When I was your age,
who is an adventurer by the name of Fred.
was to follow my Uncle Fred on one of his adventures around the world. One day, he disappeared.
And now we start. It's all first person.
I stepped
Got a
into
good look
the
to it,
lobby
too.
of my uncle's house. It lay just across the hill.
Zoom
from
in.
where
Lots
I
of
lived with my mother,
like
your
notes and
grandmother.
stuff to read. Lots of like
She tried to
fairly
keep me
decent
from
text. There's
going.
readable notes on the walls. No
She had
issues
Fred
with
his homework from his latest
like
adventure.
fuzzy note syndrome, which you get in a lot of first-person games where they put a note on the wall, they expect you to read it, and then you can't read it. Like that one, kind of, you can't really read that, but like that one, if I could read German or Latin, no, it's Latin. If I could read Latin, that would be great. Or is it German? I don't know. I'm gonna say it's Latin. Either way, if I could read that language, I could totally read that. That's an interactable object. Let's go look at this thing.
My uncle used to send me postcards from his long journeys. Greetings from Nepal, Galapagos, Kilimanjaro.
I can't
the
quite
Amazon
tell what
River.
accent this
This
is.
was the first time. he
Because
had
it's a
left
slight
the
accent, but it's
Valley.
clearly there. Both him and the daughter have it. The game is very much... it kind of reminds me of, like, Quantum Conundrum a little bit. Where I'm walking... And, I guess I didn't play Gone Home. From what I've heard, Gone Home was like this as well. Where I'm basically, you're walking around, you're inspecting elements in the environment, and that kind of provides story. That'll get the narrator to kind of speak up and say a thing. But also, you're just reading notes around. And
I
then, of
had
course, there's
visited Uncle
actual good
Fred's
platforming
house
platforming
countless
stuff.
of times.
We've got this
But in
adventure
the
suit.
locker,
It's how we do
which
everything.
usually was closed, I found something I
Grappling
hadn't
hook.
seen before. It was
It
an
looks like
adventure
a
suit.
unwieldy grappling hook.
It resembled the one that Fred used, but smaller in size.
Yeah, so it's intended here that it's not intended. Inferred that the dad in this story is much younger, but
Curiosity
it's
got the
hard to
better
get
of
an
me.
idea of exactly how old he is supposed to be when this is taking place.
Like it had been custom made for me.
And now I've got this crazy, awesome gloved hand. I think that hand looks really good. It reminds me a lot of... Actually, a lot of the way the first-person stuff reminds me a lot of Sanctum, which makes sense considering that the publisher here is
Mysterious room of my uncle's
Coffee Stain,
house
people
was
who make
an
Sanctum, and
observatory.
I wouldn't be surprised if
There
they
he
shared some
kept his
assets there,
newest
or
experiments,
some tech.
and right now, it held a pad used for disposing of garbage.
Yep, teleportation garbage
Uncle
pad.
Fred had warned me not to touch any of his things. But,
Uh,
as I said, I was a curious child.
the reading here is really good. Like it has the right cadence for the context of the storytelling. It does get a little odd sometimes when there are other characters in this game. It's not purely solitary exploration. I'm getting transported onto it, and when you're talking to other characters, you don't get to hear the dad's voice at the time. He kind of when he talks, it's him saying, and then I said to the person, la 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 la, but he's saying it in his adult voice, and it gets a little incongruous, but it works. It still works. There's actually some really good character animation when we see it. Well, sort of. Most of the NPCs look really bad. They don't look great. They kind of look bad. But there's one, and though she's the important one that you talk to the most, she has a really cool Psychonauts kind of look going on with her, and you'll see when we get there. We will get there. And this is kind of what I've seen in the game has looked pretty much entirely like
But thanks
this.
to the suit, I wasn't hurt.
These big
I had no
chasms
idea where the
with
path
floating
had
rocks and
taken me.
stuff.
But back then, I didn't care so much about where I was going.
So we're in this
4.
crazy glowing labyrinth place. So now we can run. And yeah, you can see like the way the hands move, the way your character kind of holds up their hand and like twitches their fingers, which looks really, really good. It is exactly, just like the way it moves reminds me so much of Sanctum. Which is fun because I really like that's much. I'm not a big fan of Sanctum. Oh shit! I wasn't paying attention. I was describing my love of the animation of Sanctum and then fell down that hole. Let's try that again and jump. Yeah, lots of big high jumps in this game. And as much as I generally am not a huge fan of first-person platforming, it is the reason I did not like Quantum Conundrum. This game does it okay because there's a lot of air control, which makes it work. Okay, so I need to get up there. So this is the other thing this suit can do right now. I don't have grappling yet. I will have it in a second. I can power jump by holding the R1 button. And then similarly, I can, if I'm running while I power jump, I can do a long jump, which, as you might imagine, is pretty useful. Especially for when you need to get to a grapple point that's kind of far away.
Someone had built these bridges and carved these symbols, but who? Where were they now?
All right, we need to get up that way. So the cool thing with this is it says charge up suit and release RB while sprinting. You can charge up the suit before you do it. Whoa! Oh yeah, so these are the collectibles. You'll find these data machines around.
Some sort of measuring tool that Fred must have built.
And collecting those will actually unlock stuff for you.
So I took the results to give to Fred.
I will show that menu later. It seems like it's going to unlock kind of like cheats and stuff like that. Allows you to change the grapple beam color. All that kind of stuff. The kind of unlockables you might expect. And it's just a matter of finding them all. And they're hidden and not in places that aren't too hard to find so far. Like there's one over there, I think. Or this might be a campground. No, this is a campsite, I think. We need to get over there, though. You definitely get a good feeling of like flight out of this because you can really move. Like that's a long distance. We're able to do it before we've even got the grappling gun. So yeah, this is another example of kind of like the story showing up where you'll find an interactive element.
How did you know Fred had been there?
And then you and your daughter will talk a little bit.
I found a small campsite where Fred must have slept before going further into the caves.
He'll talk about how Fred likes terrible camping food.
With empty packages of his favorite hiking foods.
Cooked baked beans, truffle mac and cheese.
And instant noodles.
Tube food? That sounds gross.
Tube food does sound pretty gross.
It's not that bad. One winter, Uncle Fred and I went hiking into the mountains, and we were surprised by a blizzard.
Man, this guy's parents must have just been totally chill with everything. No, yeah, we'll let your uncle take you on some crazy hiking trip. Oh, that was bad.
And cold canned goulash as well.
Bye.
The grandmother was worried sick, but I thought it was all very exciting.
Yeah, so you saw there, I kind of came back instantly. The game is really forgiving on that front. Here, I'll go back to this one. Every one of these symbols you find is a checkpoint, and you will just pretty much immediately respawn back there. It's very quick, very seamless, no loading screens, which is exactly what I want out of something like that. And it's also very smart in how it does it in that when you... no, I'm not going to make it. Oh, I'm going to make it. Oh, I made it. In that when you teleport back to it, it does remember everything you've done in that prior run. So if you die in pursuit of a collectible, get that collectible and, fall off a cliff or something like that, you do still get that collectible, which is good. I hate having to constantly fucking redo collectible quests. It's the worst. Whee! It's really good feel of falling, the speed lines and the motion blur and all that. That is, you can't turn that stuff off if it's killing your frame rate, but I'm playing this with all the stuff on and recording, and I'm getting a solid frame rate right now. It's running a solid 30, and that might even be because I generally lock it down when I'm recording for the sake of stability. Yay, grapple beams! So yeah, those crystals are power cores. You can see I've got the one lit up my glove. You get a max of 3 power cores from what I've seen. This game doesn't seem very long. I'll discuss that in a second. Get a max of 3 power cores, and they will allow you to grapple around to your heart's content. Each core allows you to grapple one more time in the air. So grapple to that thing. Wing! And it's all about momentum. It's letting off at the right time. If you hold it too long, you'll slam into the thing, the beam will deactivate, and you're fucked.
The grappling device left a sort of symbol everywhere I grappled.
Yeah, so you'll see that.
Similar symbols.
You can see it's left a symbol over there.
In the cave.
Whoa!
Getting more and more certain.
So it kind of allows you to track your progress, as well as it provides hints, because Fred has been leaving those as well. So that's good. Oh, up these steps. To go to unlock the greater mystery of this place. Alright. And you can grapple while in the air. Oh, I didn't do that right. Oh, but I didn't do it badly either. Whee! The game is nicely dynamic in that... Oh, I fucked it up. In that it's really... You know, it's very much physics-based, so it's easy to save yourself from a bad from a bad jump or something. You know, if... While there's definitely a strict linear path of what you're supposed to do, the game doesn't force you into that. You definitely can kind of futz about a little bit and save yourself from a bad fall when necessary. Wing! Yes! I like doing that. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, like that. Using the momentum of the hit to get me to where I need to go over there. Again, it's really fluid. It's a lot of fun. I really like it. My worries more with this game. My worries with the game are more the length, because I played like an hour of it last night and then looked at the level select, and it said I was like quite a ways of the way done, which worried me. This definitely seems like the sort of thing you could redo,
Adventure
but
Suit
still.
was fantastic. By combining a power leap with a grapple.
But I might be wrong. It might be that the level select is only showing a certain amount. You know, I've not played anything close to the full amount of this, so who knows? It could be much longer than it seems. I will say it looks great, and it feels great. Like I use a controller, just DualShock 4, as is my standard for PC gaming these days, and it feels awesome. You know, it's the aiming it's tight. There's not too much looseness on the aiming, so I'm able to kind of get a hold of what I need to easy enough. And you know, there's a good visceralness to the grappling. Oh, make it! Whee! Oh, too far? Oh, I even skipped a section. Look at that. Fantastic. So yeah, as I said, very momentum based. So moving objects like this, as it moves, I will follow its trajectory. Like I won't zip line right to it. I'll just kind of like tail along behind it. And then I will keep its momentum. So, you know, you can use it to kind of swing yourself around into the place you might want to go and grab. That's really fun. Again, like getting a grapple perfect and just last second, oh shit. Last second swinging your way onto a rock is great. What I just did there, not as great. Oh, I guess I did make it anyways. It's like, again, it's fairly forgiving. I must have fallen off the edge here, and as I did, I activated that, and I'm now on to the next section. Like, you can kind of move through it without too much worry. Yeah, sometimes it can be a little tricky to grab those using a controller, you know. So there's definitely going to be a lot of people who are going to live and die by the mouse in this game, and that's fair. I like controllers, especially if I'm doing first-person platforming. I find the controller to work a little better just because I've got a bit more analog control over my actual movement, even if not my aiming, and that means a lot in this kind of game for me. So, you know, that's definitely going to be a personal preference sort of thing. Whee! Oh no! Oh, careful. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of good like catch your breath in your throat kind of moments with this. How do I get there? So I need to grab onto that thing. I guess I'm gonna have to power jump at it. Yep. All right. Let's run far back and go. And I feel like I did this wrong. Yeah. Oh, okay. I was supposed to go here. I didn't. Yeah. And now I need to grab that. So let's do this. And up. And oh, fuck. There we go. Again, sometimes it's a little hard to judge the distance from which you can actually grab some of these rocks and let go. And again, lots of really good air control. Like I was able to use the momentum of that rock to get me up, though I should have taken it a little farther, obviously. And then I'm kind of able to just really nicely adjust myself in the air. That kind of air control obviously is a necessity for a game like this, but at the same time, it's still nice to have. And it definitely makes it, you know, it's the thing that makes the first-person platforming feel fun and not frustrating. And the game definitely gives you a wide enough berth with most of the things you need to jump on, you know, they're not like pinprick-sized ledges. Again, Quantum Conundrum, that was the first-person platforming was bad there, mainly because again, these tiny little ledges you were expected to leap onto. It gives you a fairly wide berth to leap onto things, and the penalty for failure is so minimal that you don't feel too bad. Not to mention the grappling makes it a lot easier to grab onto stuff. Another power core. That means we can grapple twice now, which is pretty fun. It's not quite Spider-Man levels of, super fast, leaping all over the place craziness, but it's pretty close. So we'll get to see that in a second, the good use of grappling. And as it says right there, it gives you a nice, good visual indicator without much HUD of how many grapples you got left. Again, game's got a really good look. I'm generally not a fan of the HUDless thing. I like a HUD. I like information. But this game does HUDless really well because the information is described really nicely. Oh, I didn't do that right. But again, no real punishment. Oh, there we go, and let go so I don't hit the rock. Oh, if I had another one left, that'd be great. No, I waited too long. Again, it's all about kind of it's finicky. It's all about getting your angles perfect, but it doesn't punish you for fucking it up. Yeah, like this one will go well because I got it at the right angle where I was able to get a more of a horizontal jump out of it rather than a vertical one. So yay. Oh, you're right. I remember this. Very peaceful. It's got a good feel to it. Oh, I hear a. There it is. Collectible. If you're wondering why I'm grabbing those, it's because I'm going to go give that data to Fred. Just trying to think what other features are in this game. Not that I should be looking at the Steam page while trying to execute tricky first-person platforming, but hey, let's live dangerously. Oh, I can't see anything. This is. Oh, I did it. And fly. Yeah, when you get a third grapple, that's when it comes really good, because then you can kind of trickily snag yourself in the right spot. So, just going to stop for a second. So yeah, it's got an emphasis on story. It's completely non-violent. It's all about, story and platforming. Big, nice, beautiful world to explore. The grappling hook feels great. Those are kind of the things it's advertising. And, yeah, unique art style, mysterious story, all this stuff I've talked about. Again, there's not too much to this game mechanically, I suppose. Or, just in terms of, like, sheer amounts of mechanics, but what is there is really, really, really well done. Oh, I fucked this up. I fucked that up. I wasn't paying attention. It does have definitely a nice, like, speed to it, the speed which you are switching between rocks and, moving around. It works. It's all very, quick. Letting go of a rock, jumping back onto a rock, moving from place to place, adjusting yourself in the air. It all works and feels great. What's this? It's eggs. Frog eggs.
Did you ever see any of Fred's experiments yourself?
And again, we get more
I actually helped him
narration.
collect samples for his research sometimes.
To learn about them?
That's right. We found all sorts of things. One time, we went to the forest and found a small pool of water that was full of eggs.
Eggs? Were there chickens in the forest?
No.
I mean, it kind of makes his daughter sound kind of
These
stupid.
were small and jelly-like.
She sounds a little too old to know that,
Fred told me
to think that only
they
chickens
were
lay eggs.
Frog eggs. He was in for a surprise though. Guess what happened?
What? What happened?
Well, we took some eggs back home, and one day, Fred woke up with bites all over his body. Turns out, it wasn't frog eggs after all. It was mosquito eggs.
Yeah. So this
Oh,
game, it's got a really good,
Fred.
just relaxing
I
feel
know.
of just listening to narration and
find
wandering
more
around. Like
frog eggs
that's
eventually.
the joy of this
He
game.
told me that they were very, very special, but I don't know what happened to them.
Man, I wish I had a grappling suit. That'd be fun. Oh, damn it. Well, maybe not that fun, considering what just happened. I will say, yeah, like, it's definitely a trade-off with the controller of you're not going to be able to... You're going to have to wait a little longer at these points where you're, watching rotating rocks, because your aim's just not as precise. Where obviously that's going to be the exact opposite of mouse and keyboard, but then you're going to have the issues with moving where it's not going to feel as precise. It's just, again, it's going to be completely personal preference there. We are going to stop fairly soon. I just want to kind of get to the story reveal. kind of show the twist here, and then we will cut it out. I'll let you guys see this for yourselves. Because again, I don't think the game's super long. It is, but that said, I think it's a good experience. At least from what I've seen so far. Not too badly priced either. Normal price, it's going to be $13, $12.99. Right now, it's just came out on Steam, so it's got that standard Steam introductory sale of like 10%, so it's $11.70, I think. Which, a weird price point, but hey, a deal's a deal. And it seems worth it. Again, I think it looks really nice. I think that's, that definitely helps a lot. And it's got a lot of really good atmosphere. And again, it just feels good. Good grappling mechanics, in my mind, are worth their weight in gold. And here's the character I was talking about. Her name is
Hello.
Maddie.
Who are
She's
you?
a crazy frog lady.
You're not from here.
And as I said, she's got a
You look
real
just like
Psychonauts look to her.
Smaller. And with less hair on
And her
your
teeth
face.
are freaky.
She knew Fred. I
She's definitely
told
got that
that he was
crazy
my
look in her
uncle
eyes.
And that I was looking for him.
So yeah,
What's
like,
an uncle?
that was him telling her
I said that he
what's
was,
going on,
that I
but
had known him
in the
all my life.
future, talking to his it's weird.
Really?
Like, as I
Me
said,
too.
incongruous.
I'll help you find him.
She's
I'm
into it.
Madeline. The others call me Mad Maddie sometimes.
I can't tell if she likes it or not.
I don't know
I'm gonna say
either.
no.
But you can call me Maddie. You've never been to the village, right? Let's meet over there in the square.
Frogs
I'll show
having
you around.
hair weirds me
I
out.
bet you can get there easily with your suit thing.
Like, that doesn't
So,
seem right.
I'll see you there.
I don't get it. And she's
I
like,
couldn't
hey,
believe it. An underground
how does...
village
And there she
inhabited
goes.
by
Gone
frog
forever until I see her... How does she even get over there?
salamanders. Either way.
So that's why that
walk with
frog
wings,
eggs line earlier
talk
was
with
important.
wings. How is that possible?
And wing. And wing. I don't know why wing is the noise for grappling in my mind, but it is. So that's that. All right, and this game is pretty cool. We're gonna cut it off pretty quick here, but I gotta say, first impressions have been really good for this. It's got a good feel. It's got a good look. I worry about the length, but I think similar to something like a Portal, that's not going to be a problem, where even if it's 2 hours long, it's going to feel like a worthwhile 2 hours for the mix of story and just fun gameplay. As I said, grappling mechanics, always been a favorite of mine. I really like it when a game has good grappling, and so far this is satisfied that. Once you get that third power core, which happens pretty quick, it's like another 10 minutes from now or so, if that. You're really able to kind of maneuver yourself in some interesting ways. And again, like, it's not open-ended. The path you are following is very linear, but the way you're kind of getting through these puzzles, it feels like it can be kind of solved in different ways, and that you can kind of get to any place you want. So, like, if I were to go up there, I could probably get on top of this arch if I wanted to, even though that holds no purpose. Which, that's cool. The fact that you can kind of explore your heart's content always strikes a chord with me. So let's go back to the... We're going to finish this off. Let's go back to the main menu, though. I just want to show that. Confirm. Yes, story about my uncle. So, yeah, level select. Like, according to this is what we've done. That, we've been playing for maybe 30 minutes, maybe 40. Probably even less than that. And it says there's only, like, 4, sections left. Now, I don't know. Those sections might be huge. I hope they're huge. The village, we're not even done the village yet. So there's still a decent chunk of this game left, but like, I worry a little bit that it's going to be over too quick. That said, it's the sort of thing that, maybe they'll add mod support and you can make your own levels to fly around. And it's the sort of thing where the gameplay is so open-ended and fun that I'm worried about the later levels where the puzzles get really interesting. I hope. You could probably go back into those and have a lot of fun. And of course, there are unlockables. There's lots of those things to find. There's 25 of those things in all. Unlocking them, you'll find beam. You'll be able to unlock beam color, which I assume you'll be able to unlock whatever this is. I don't know what this is because I don't think it's beam color because it's beam color's lock. I don't know what this unlockable bar is. Goat mode, minus mode, acrobatic mode. So there's stuff to unlock. There's stuff to do here, even if this core campaign is a little short. And again, I think I think the mechanics and I think the quality of the story and the visuals make up for it. Again, similar to something like Portal, even if it's really short, there's a lot of worth to be found in what is here. So yeah, that's a story about my uncle, available on Steam right now, came out today. It's normally $13, but for the next little while, it's going to be $11.70. Yeah, I would definitely say it's at the very least worth a look. Probably worth picking up if you really like your grapple mechanics like I do. And yeah, as always, I'm your host Halfbeard, and we're out. Later, guys.